What up, name's Lexus Build 2 here, and today I got how to buy land and build a homestead on it and get away without using any permits for cheap as possible and do the least amount of work as possible to get your homestead started up and going off-grid. So I asked ChatGPT here just to help you guys understand. If I buy land in West Virginia, which areas in West Virginia would have the least amount of permits, and it gave me this list. So if you guys want to pause it and read it, these are things you need permits for off-grid, like a sewer system or a septic system, a well. Those are easy to get. And here it's going to give me a list of all the counties that have the least amount of building codes. Pendleton County, I looked up land in Pendleton County, which I'm going to get to here shortly and show you guys, but here's some other counties that you can look at: Preston, Pocahontas County, and those counties will have and Mongolia County are the easiest with the least amount of permits, if any. And even if you need permits, if you do shit and build on your own land, you can get away with it. Like if you build a hunting cabin, a tiny home and shit, they're not even going to bother you about permits. So again, septic permit, well permit, and a flood plan permit. No foundation, no building permit. So if you build a house with no set foundation and put it on like cinder blocks, you're set. Here's again 10.4 acres for 85 grand. That's pretty expensive for West Virginia, but it's a good spot. Right off the road, and it has a natural creek running through it too, which is perfect for water. You don't need to dig a well. Again, no permit that way. And here's the location zoomed out on a map. Middle Deep Appalachia, which is perfect. That's exactly what I want. And it's on the border of West Virginia too, so I could go right into Virginia for work if needed. And it's close to my house, like a 4-hour drive from my house where I'm at now in Jersey. So it's perfect here. Again, $99,000 for 21.7 acres. This is a little bit worse of an area to get to, but again, there's a creek on it, more mountainous. It's a little bit more rural, which I actually like that. Most people aren't going to like that. And here's the triangle spot where it's at. Here's $159,000 for 22.7 acres. Again, the same lady selling these few lots, same lady selling this lot, 8.87 acres for $69,000, depending on if you want the 21 acres or not, or you'll be fine with the 8 acres. But me, I want to get as much land as possible. Like if I can afford the 22.72 acres of land, I'm going to go for that all day long. I want my land. I want to have as much land as possible to do whatever the fuck I want to do on without being bothered by anybody. And I'm going to build a cabin right slap dab in the middle of that bitch. And here, this is a news article about someone who bought a Home Depot shed. You can buy Home Depot shed and put it on your land, and all you have to do is build out the interior and do everything like that, and it's dirt cheap. You can buy it for like 10 grand. And this article right here, you can pause to read if you want to. It's basically them talking about how they built it. They sold their house, built a Home Depot shed out 2 stories, and they sold it for like $250,000 on the little land they bought. So they only put in like 50 grand worth of work, and they sold the bitch for like 250 grand. So that's actually kind of crazy that they did that. And again, you can pause to read if you want to. And here are some more Home Depot sheds just to give you guys an idea of how much they cost. Very different types of sheds they have. They have home-looking sheds with 2 stories. They have barn-looking sheds. Just tons of different types of sheds you guys can buy. And there it is, $9,000 for a 2-story. You can go on Amazon and buy prefab, fully built interior houses that fold out and fully customize them for about 24 grand. They start at. They go up to about 50, 60 grand. So be careful with that. And those are some pictures of it and everything you can do to it. That many different types of styles they got. And then here you could buy it for even cheaper if you know how to do importing and docking fees, all that. You could buy it for dirt cheap, a fully 2-story prefab nice house for like 4 grand. Foldable, everything, so it's easy to ship, cheap to ship, all that from China. And you can get it shipped to your house with docking fees and all that for about like 10 grand, which is crazy. And this is the inside of a Home Depot shed house that they have. This is a smaller version, but you can get them bigger than this. But this is actually pretty big if you're just one person living here. You can build your bedroom upstairs and have a nice couch in there. And this is someone right here who actually built based off a Home Depot house. So I'm going to let you guys watch this video. I shouted out the creator in the top left. Let's check it out.
You have a Home Depot shed as a cabin up on the top of my 8 acres. Pool on the deck right there. Now let's go walk to the cabin. All right, the story is if you go to any Home Depot, at least in the southeast, you go inside of their parking lot, you'll typically see sheds. The shed manufacturer that they partner with is Tough Shed. They're exclusive to Home Depot. And this right here is actually a tiny home, Tough Shed from Home Depot, 2 stories, 860 square feet, 1 bedroom, full kitchen, full living room, the porch. Of course, you got a chicken coop back there, shed. And then we got our deck with our above ground pool and trampoline for the little one, of course. I'll miss y'all inside. We didn't clean it all up or anything, so it's gonna be a mess. Just FYI. Porch swing, 2 rocking chairs. But going inside, it's the first floor. Megan, say hi. Got a little coffee nook, kitchen, open shelves, and living room. So much Mickey Mouse. It's a half bath. I'm about to go upstairs. There's a little doggy door underneath the stairs. All right, let's go upstairs real quick. So like I said, it is a 1 bedroom. So this is the 1 bedroom. Still very, very spacious. I got a crib there for the birthday boy this weekend. Go in this corner, I'll show you. This is our full-size washer and dryer, so it's inside a closet. And then this is the master suite. So pretty big. Got a full-on walk-in closet. Turn this way. It's my son's urinal, so real life. And then the shower. Hope you guys are really enjoying this video. The tiny.
Here's Nate Petrosky. He has a homestead in West Virginia as well. Come look at these videos he has, and he started from literally nothing and built it from the ground up. Watch.
TikTok could get banned in the US. There's a decent chance of it. I'll still keep making content, but what is my business? Well, I do a lot for my business. Let's find out. My name is Nate, and this is Narrowway Homestead. March 1st marks 4 years being on this 102-acre property. Off-grid with solar power, rainwater collection, and I started out with this camper.
If you're wondering where you're going to stay at while you're building out the land and building out the tiny home and all this and waiting for everything, this is where you buy a RV. If you have a truck, you can tow it there and leave it. Or you buy an RV motorhome, which is going to be just as much or just as cheap. This is only like $5,000, I think. You could buy them between $5-10 grand, which again is nothing if you're going to be building a homestead property. And you'll be living out this whole time while you're building your homestead out, because you're not going to want to rush it. You're going to want to do it the right way. And if you get an RV over a camper and a pickup truck, you can park this, leave it there, and then fill up your water, all that, get the generator in there, and it has a shower in it, a bathroom. You can do all that there, and you can just drive it in town, empty it out, do everything you got to do, and then drive it right back up. Again, you could do that with a pickup truck, but those, again, you're gonna, if you're doing it in the wintertime or the summer, you're gonna want to keep it like in one spot so you can winterize it and shit like that, which you're not gonna be able to move it if you're doing that. But again, if you have a pickup truck, you're also going to have a pickup truck so you can bring parts to from, all that while you're building your homestead out. But again, it's all up to you, because with an RV like this, you get a trailer and you could carry your parts and all that shit up. But again, Nate Petrosky, if you watch his videos, he shows you his rainwater collection system, and I don't know if he has a well now. He has like 2 big houses out there. He sells coffee and shit. That's how he made his money first before he started making money on videos. But yeah. Even with minimal experience, you can still learn a lot on YouTube and do this on YouTube. And if you need to hire someone to help you out, you can do that too. But YouTube could teach you a lot. Obviously, you got to be a handy type of person to know all this type of shit. You're not going to know it off the top of your head. YouTube will teach you a lot. Find someone on TikTok or something like that who has done this before. They usually have videos out on how-tos and problems they ran into beforehand. So you can watch those videos and you don't run into the same problems. And just tons of research before you actually step in, buy the land, and do all this. While you're saving, I would watch tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of videos on YouTube explaining on how to do this, what systems work best, what systems don't, problems you run into, problems you want to avoid, shit like that. Again, research is key here. This is going to bring up the electricity aspect. You're going to want to do solar and a generator, so this way you have 2 sources of energy, just in case something happens where like the solar system doesn't work, or you're not drawing in enough power on cloudy days in winter, shit like that. So the most expensive part of your build is 100% going to be solar. It is going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars to do it correctly. And you're going to want to do a generator. You're going to want to wire it in properly. If you don't know anything about electrician work, you're going to want to hire somebody to do this, because you're not going to want to burn down your whole homestead. That is something I cannot stress enough. If it's going to be a simple, quick, easy design, you can do it yourself. But again, you have to have at least minimal knowledge of how electrician work works. But again, research is key. You can do tons and tons and tons of research. Tim Truckhouse Life, he's not an electrician, not a carpenter. He built a whole cabin by himself with 2 other buddies of his, and he did all the electrician work himself and plumbing work himself, just based off watching videos on YouTube. So it is possible. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to comment, rate, subscribe, and leave a comment below if you made it this far. Comment Lexus Supremacy. I made another video like this in the past. It wasn't as detailed or as descriptive as this. And I wanted to redo it because of that reason. And there's something else I forgot to add. I'm going to add it here. When you're looking at land online, you're going to want to take a few days to go out and scope the land, because they only send you so many pictures. There could be reasons they're selling the land you might not know about. You're going to want to scoop up some soil, get it soil tested, shit like that. And yeah, before you buy the land, you're going to want to do shit like that. And always check the land out before you buy it in person. Make a day of it. If you're like hours away, go on a road trip, whatever you got to do. But check the land out first before you even talk to the owner, in my opinion. But again, hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to comment, rate, subscribe. Peace.
Breaking news. Lions Lexus Build 2 got motion.